Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the film Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. I don't know if the X means and, but let's just say and. Fun fact, this movie came out 10 years after the movie Godzilla, which launched the MonsterVerse franchise, and it is also being released on the 70th anniversary of the character Godzilla's debut. This film came out in 2024 and stars Academy Award winner King Kong, Academy Award winner Godzilla, and Rebecca Hall, and was directed by Adam Wingard. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The New Empire explores more of the Hollow Earth and sees King Kong and Godzilla being forced to team up again to take on a new threat, Scar King, who wants to escape his prison and Hollow Earth and wreak havoc on Earth. Godzilla and Kong the New Empire is an action adventure film. It has similar vibes to Godzilla vs. Kong, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, or Jurassic Park. Godzilla and Kong the New Empire is such a fun movie, and I think that all the films in this franchise are. Whether or not the film is actually good, you will have fun. While I did enjoy this movie and had a blast, I think what is truly holding these films back is the human stories, which is what starts this film off on like a slower note, but the film picks up once we see more of the two title monsters in action. Also, if you're wondering why I call Godzilla and Kong Academy Award winners, you should look it up and realize that movies for both of these characters have in the past, for different projects, won Academy Awards, which I think is cool. Rebecca Hall leads this film as Dr. Andrews, who heads the research of King Kong. I enjoy that her character is one of the connections to Kong, but one thing that bugs me about her and others at Monarch is they're just so confident that they understand these creatures and are constantly reminded that they do not. She has an adopted daughter who is the last of the Iwi people from Skull Island, and I feel like there were so many times where we were reminded that she was a mother and had a daughter, and it got to the point where I was like, ma'am, we got it. You are a mother. We're going to move on, please. With Dr. Andrews leading this film, the story becomes a more King Kong focus, which was fine for me. The toothache storyline was one that I know that they used as an excuse to get down to the Hollow Earth, but I truly believe that they could have come up with a better storyline to justify going to Hollow Earth instead of a dang toothache. We meet a small ape that I call Little Kong, who from the first trailer I thought would be so cute, but in his first meeting, I recognized that he was a menace. Kong was trying to be nice, and this little demon bit him. I mean, Kong proceeds to toss him around like a rag doll right after, which he deserved, because biting someone trying to be nice to you is rude. In the end, he ends up helping Kong, and I was happy that he realized that Scar King was a menace and he had a better chance of surviving with Kong. I love how while we are seeing Kong explore his new home, Godzilla is out here just keeping order among these monsters and napping in the Coliseum. I don't know if it was intentional, but I thought it was hilarious how we see Godzilla destroy so many human structures like buildings and bridges and just not care. It was, as if something was in his path, it was getting leveled. When he was absorbing energy, they listed out his stats on a computer like a video game. And I was like, just imagine a Godzilla video game and how much fun that would be. Also, with all that has happened with Godzilla, when will these humans learn that these planes with these guns and missiles will do nothing when going up against Godzilla? He has been around for a while now in their world, eating nuclear energy, and it's like they haven't learned that attacking him with normal weapons will not work. Scar King was a menace, and him having an ape army kind of reminded me of Planet of the Apes a bit. He is a tyrant, and while all of the others would probably rebel against him if they could, and they probably would win, he has Shimo, which is his secret weapon that prevents these other apes from even standing a chance. I'm glad in the end that Shimo is freed and gets some payback on Scar King because he was hurting poor old Shimo with that crystal, and Shimo deserved to be a part of getting rid of him. Brian Tyree Henry is perfect for this movie. His line delivery and comedic timing are great in this film, and he was just a great addition. I love also how he was brought in as someone who thinks outside of the box and offers a different solution to why some of these things might be happening. Through Gia, we get to know more about the Iwi people, and I'm glad we got to see that they aren't lost and how Gia was the key to getting Mothra back. It was cool to see how they are psychic and really connected to the Hollow Earth. I love when Trapper told Bernie not to show the video of the tribe to anyone because too often tribes who are living peacefully and away from society get exposed in pictures and videos, and then people want to learn more about them, which eventually puts them in danger because of diseases and just because some humans are generally evil. I love how Gia was the bridge between the two worlds and helped make sure the crew went to the right place and understood what was going on. Mothra is a bad bitch. I just have to say it. She was in King of the Monsters, and she is the queen of the monsters, and she finally makes her return in this film. Without a doubt, once I saw her, I knew that she would be saving the day, and she really was, and made sure that Kong and Godzilla not only got along, but also helped fight the Scar King's army. In this film, we see how Monarch and the government know about all of these monsters, and it is shocking to me that they managed to leave them alone and observe from afar. If there's one thing that the government constantly does, it's meddling where they need not to and making things worse. I often wonder how smart these creatures are. Like, is Godzilla protecting humans or just protecting his territory? How did he know that there was an impending battle and he needed to get more energy? Why do Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, and the other apes seem like they can form ideas and see who's bad and who's good, while Shimo seemed like a dog? I just want to know the extent of the capabilities of these monsters throughout the process of their actions. There were a couple of people not mentioned that I was shocked to see weren't even included in this movie. Like, where was Madison? This girl has been a big plot point in the last two movies, and now all of a sudden she is gone, and there's not one mention of her or her dad. Then there are people from the Monarch show, which gave us more info about Hollow Earth, and we see how the kids from that show's dad played an important part in Monarch's research. And even though at the end of the show he doesn't work for Monarch anymore, he is working with Apex Cybernetics. And my question kind of became, if we were going to show them and introduce all these new things in this show, how come we don't even address any of that in the actual movies? I love that we got to spend so much time in Hollow Earth in this film and see what is different down there. Hollow Earth comes into play in Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which is in the same universe, and with this movie, there seems to be a big continuity error. In that show, it's established that each day in the Hollow Earth is a year or so in human Earth years, which is not mentioned at all in this film. The characters are down there for at least a couple of hours or a day, which would mean a couple of months at least, if not a year, lost in their world. I think that this was important because it shows that down there in the Hollow Earth, time doesn't move as quickly, and the people that go down there to be stationed or to visit would be missing a lot of time at work or just in life in general. And I feel like that should have been discussed more in this film. Considering the Monarch show, it was a big plot point, and it's definitely something that would be important to tie into the franchise in general. Also, where is Apex Cybernetics now? Like, it was a big company in the last movie, and they don't even mention it in this one. And I get that we're focusing on more of the Hollow World, but that company was kind of being like a privately owned company that was trying to get to the Hollow World and be better than the government and make money off of Godzilla and Kong and all of these titans. I will say at least that the Hollow Earth was really pretty, and there were lots of vibrant colors when we got to see where the Iwi tribe lived, and it was just really beautiful to see. My favorite part of the film was the zero gravity fight. It was so epic, and I love seeing King Kong versus Scar King, Godzilla versus Shibo, and Mothra saving the humans while also taking out the other apes. This part reminded me of why I like these films. To see these monsters duke it out and the humans just stay out of it. Godzilla and Kong the New Empire is a fun movie, even if it does have its flaws. This is one of those movies you should see on the big screen because it's just a great way to take in these monsters and everything that is happening. I do wonder if there will be more of these films in this franchise, but all I know is that I enjoyed them. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.